Hey, yo, man, y'all know it's Rome, your favorite rapper, man. And y'all know I keep giving y'all the best interviews the whole year, man. Entrepreneur Talk Live is most definitely in full effect, man. And I got one of the legends, one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of Philadelphia battle rap and hip hop, man. You know what I mean? Shellyano, man. What's up, big
Yeah,
bro?
what's up with
How
you,
you,
man?
man? Yeah, you
Wow.
dog. You know the
Wait,
vibes, man. I couldn't wait to do this interview because this is a legend, man. He's
I
somebody
appreciate it.
from he a pioneer, culture, hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that been doing this shit his whole life, you know what I'm saying? We don't got too many childhood stars, but the ones that we do got, they the ones that put us on a fucking map. Yo, man, Shells, it's good to have you in the building. Just
Glad to be here.
I know that's right. Speed my community up, the Entrepreneur Talk Live community up a little bit about where you hailing from, you know, how you got here and how you got here with Rome, your favorite rapper.
Right. I started off like battling years and years and years ago. I used to get on the L train, bottle of Henny, dressed in fatigues, notebook, whatever, and I would jump out. I was known for being able to freestyle about everything around me.
Fire.
And I used to go look for rappers like a samurai warrior. I mean, you know, back in the day, this is the type of atmosphere it was.
It was.
You know, you had people and like I would walk up to a block and people be around and I'd be like, yo, anybody rap out here? And people be like, you know, you had some hustlers like, come on, man, we ain't with that shit. But then you had some people like, oh, you spit? Oh, I know. Yeah, we got that. Then they be like, oh, go get such and such. And they would come get them. And they would come back walking around like one of them Shaolin masters because they whole neighborhood walking with them to see them like, you know what I mean? And it was dangerous because it was like, if you wasn't hot, you wasted everybody's time.
No, real shit.
It might get bad for you down there. But if you represent it, then you took a nigga crown where he come from and made everybody respect you. But he didn't hate you. He just joined you. You know what I mean? And that's how it was back then. That's back when hustlers had enough money to make rappers feel like they had record deals.
Wow. No, real shit. Real shit.
You know,
that's history for y'all. It's no Diddy. That's history. That's facts. Use the call. Because Shell's bullshit shit in here, boy.
Shout out to the Glock.
God damn. Well, of course.
And they shout out to the people.
You want this one?
Shout out to the people. Yeah, I mean that supplied me with the gumbo.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, yeah, man.
No, real shit, man.
But the real, you know, I come from the cloth, you know what I'm saying, of this music shit. You know what I mean? Rapping, we used to have a box of blunts. You had rappers like Bad News, 100X, Bahamadia, K Shara, just a multi different melting pot, different type of artistry that was based off of originality. And nobody could really rap the same and none of that. We all had to be distinctive with our style, you know what I'm saying? So it made you a better MC. You know what I mean? We was looking for words. We was looking for, you know, the challenge and just, you know, we felt like swordsmen. You know what I mean? And those was like when Philadelphia has places like the Five Spot. And that's Club Fever, Circuit. All these different outlets used to be here, you know what I mean? But Club Flow, to me, was the concrete gymnasium of lyricism. And I would say that because it had so many artists from so many places, but we all could come there like how on John Wick they could come to the what was that on John Wick, the council or whatever, you know what I mean? And they could come there and they will get their differences off. But what we was doing was spitting and learning how to appreciate each other. And to me, that was like the last part of unity. You know what I mean? Because a lot of corporate people started coming down there and they kind of destroyed what Larry had because he was trying to get artists to get on, but he was trying to get them deals. And when they was getting the deals, the people that was maintaining the deals for other people wasn't doing their part in the city. Instead, they was just doing the mentality of stealing from the artist. And that's why a lot of Philadelphia rappers that's so legendary, they not found out because they burnt them out early because in Philadelphia, you rapping for ignorant people. And you know what I mean? And you, I mean, you know, when you make it in Philadelphia, instead of congratulate you, everybody hates you.
Right. Real
and
shit.
like, you know, it started way back when we was doing Too Raw for the streets. You know what I mean? Because you know, Reed and them, I was young, but they was like babies. They was kids.
Okay.
So you know, traveling state to state and all that. Nobody not really gonna say it, but who you think was the OG that was like, yo, I'm protecting these young boys. We gonna put it all on the line.
Had to be.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't be soft.
Right.
I couldn't bow down. Even if it wasn't about rapping, it was about making sure that these young boys is here.
Back home because
we setting out to go. See, the difference why battle rap can never be like what we did, because what we did was the Bible of the rap for the city. It's the place that haters want to forget about, but it's the most important part. You know what I mean? That time frame. That time frame was very, very, very important. You had us rapping the streets. We like the Underground Railroad, and then you had the ones that had deals like the Rockefellers, or like Beans and them, Gil when them having situations with Birdman. And, you know what I mean? They had the look, but we at this point in time was the first reality TV.
No, real shit. That's the truth.
They never want to say it, but if you look at it, why would Eminem put that on Rap God?
He put it on
because when he was doing 8 Miles, he was watching us.
Yeah, that's facts. And that was like if you look at that, that's like a sitcom. You look at every battle at that time.
How many rappers you seen do this?
Oh man,
where it come from?
Yep.
If it wasn't, that's because I had the young boys like Pitts, and we was making history, but they wasn't trying to give. Like, you gotta understand. Our lives. The reason battle rap can never be what we be, no matter what you niggas do on Smack DVD, no matter what. Y'all put rap in a certain box. Y'all study the rapper, then y'all go find out about him, and then you do. You know, we ain't do all that. It was right then and there. Right now, we don't know nothing about each other. Who's the better MC? But our life was on the line.
Right. Excuse me.
We left our comfort zone.
Right.
To come to other people's comfort zone and make them the fuck uncomfortable.
Right. And their own shit.
So at the end of the day, I couldn't allow nobody to step on my young boys from making history. And me. Because at the same time, a lot of people don't understand that when I was battle rapping, I was the first nigga to take it from the stage straight to TV. With 106 and Park.
Yeah, real shit.
I went right from the streets, from hustling to the club flow, from club flow to go on to 106 and Park. I won the Source too. I'm Smack DVD first battle rap champion. We're not going to tell you that. It was in Delaware State College in the boxing ring. I was Takedown Records battle champion, battling 16,000 people with Cassidy being the judge. It was telling Cassidy I want to smoke too. I ran a lot of rappers out of the city. When Murder Mook came down the club floor, they called me. I U-turned back and came back and was like, yeah, everybody screamed, fuck Murder Mook. And they shook his van and all that. And I'm going to tell you all that type shit. Not taking nothing away from them dudes. Because Murder Mook is definitely a dope rapper, dope lyricist. We going to say that. He remember coming to Philadelphia and his team seeing that. I had the kid, the boys that from Lex Street. He thought they chains was fake. They start scraping the windshield with their diamonds and shit. You know, this shit that was just going on. Philly was just wild. Same shit could have happened if I went to Harlem because of who he was or whatever else. It wasn't like there was no suckers in that. It just got. I had the energy.
We was home.
I was Yu-Gi-Oh!
And we was home.
Boko. You know what I mean? I was on that. But a lot of rappers not going to tell you a lot of trends and shit that I started.
Right.
But if you look back at the battles and go back to when I battled Hollow, man, all the stuff I did, just like, you know what I mean, battling dudes off the top of the brain, you know what I mean? I've been doing that. Me and my man Justin Case, Ben had an album called Silent Beautiful Hood Music, and we was the whole album on freestyle. You know what I mean? They put it on Don Diva, all these different places. I met Jay-Z. Like, a lot of dudes don't understand it. Like, a lot of dudes meet Jay-Z now, right?
Okay.
No. I met the Jay-Z, the streets is watching, with the handcuff briefcase to his arm. Bobby Dance went out the Restaurant Hotel, and it's just me, us, Cameron, and all them dudes up there. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? When I met Jay, you know what I mean, at the time, you know what I'm saying? I to this day it was crazy because he's my cousin Rolly. Shout out to my cousin Bucci, man. We was on the elevator, you know what I'm saying? And he had the rollie on, and Jay-Z looked at his rollie. They looked, talked to my cousin and was like, yo, nice timepiece. They ended up busting it, but you know, Jay was Jay. He was powerful. He was thoroughborn, like, you know what I mean? He was cool. He wasn't on no nut shit. Right. He waited for my folks to go get the car and come back down and all that. And then, you know what I'm saying? He asked me though, like, I was like, yo, are you better than Beans? Now, at the time, you know, a lot of people don't know this, right? Me and Beans got history. You know what I mean? Look. So when he asked me that, I basically, you know, I'm not a hater. Right. Well, so I was like, you know, Beans is Beans. He created his own lane and I got my own lane. I'm nice too. You know what I mean? But Beans is who he is, you know what I'm saying? And he was. And he still is. Still is. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know what I mean? I didn't hate, but I wonder if I was to be a hater, would have said like, yo, all the time, he probably been like, yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, it wasn't meant for that anyway. You know what I mean? We're moving on God's time. But the funny part about that story, if Jay-Z remember, is we all Muslim and didn't nobody know what Jay-Z was at that time. You know what I mean? I still don't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? At that time. But we are Muslim and they got these silver trays of food out for us. Okay. You know what I mean? It's locked down in the morning. So, you know, they bringing out the good shit. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. They pull one jar, they pull one entree over. It's this big ass stack of like fried pork bacon, like just sitting there, you know what I mean? And then it's all this other food on the side. You know, we looking. Cause we know it's Jay-Z, so we looking cause we try to see him. This nigga gonna eat the pork. The nigga looked at us and was like, fuck it, man, I'm hungry. And grabbed the pork, we like, oh, man. Just a funny moment, you know what I mean? For people being in Philly, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, the other people was mad upstairs cause Cameron and Dipset left a bunch of condoms and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you can hear the millions of shit mad about that shit. But that was the type of life that shit was going on. Yeah. Like going down to Bobby Dance's nightclub on this around the time a Ram Squad was running the city and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? And right, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Frank Banks, man. It was a real one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know, at the end of the day, shout out to my old head Lux too, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. EST, all them dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know all these dudes, you know what I'm saying? All the way to school he did. You know what I mean? I studied my old heads and my predecessors and I respect them for what they done. You know what I mean? They iconic just as much as a Rakim, just as much as a Cool G Rap walking through New York and all that. But we come from a city where people would just be like, oh man, fuck their history, you know, like it was music. But you know, real people really live by this all the way to the history of Hilltop Hustlers, Cool C, Steady B, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know how that shit go, you know what I mean? But to make a long story short, like far as the music wise and the cloth of it and growing up under that, like being having to beatbox, break dance, all that shit. Yeah, I mean, I was the beatboxing boss.
And now I freestyle right to that. Cause I'm tight with that. I can do this all night with that. I was in jail, but ain't nobody fly me with tight. Back to that.
You know what I mean? We was doing that. You know what I mean? Hip hop shit. You know what I mean?
On them tables, boy.
Yeah. With the corners and all that. You know what I mean?
I told niggas, a fucking composition book I had turned into a rap book. It was supposed to be a school book, but that shit wound up turning into a...
Yeah. But like I was saying, not to cut you off,
no, you good,
I remember one night I performed Temple McGonigal Hall with Noriega. This when they had what, and all that shit was going on, right?
That was
so you
that
know,
was a crazy year that year.
Right? Too. Oh no, it was crazy. It was Temple Homecoming, dude. You know what I mean? My cousin was in the joint. Shout out to Rashid Brooklyn Brown. You know what I mean? Yeah. I got family and shit that do music and all that shit too, you know what I mean? Santos, my little cousin, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Yeah. He do, Toast work and I'm proud of him. Mm-hmm. As long as this is stay in music and stay in rap, man, you know what I mean? Flame on, Lord, cause torch shit, you know what I mean? But Quilly, I respect Quilly, you know what I mean? He one of my young boys from the joint. I would prefer to see them do a song together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would like to see a little, not saying that, you know what I mean? Like that, or even if it was a versus, like a versus, Philadelphia versus, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I think both of them are great. I think that my little cousin is like heartfelt, passionate, and he's for what I come from, the have-nots, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? West Philly, 2 guns up, you know what I mean? All day, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? At the same time, I love Quilly. I love the way he spit. I love he tricky. I like that he's resilient. I think he's been through a lot just because he hot. Right. You know what I mean? That people took him through a lot. And I just think that people need to leave the young boys alone and let them rap. Right. If they tell the truth about something that people supposed to be all ears, respected for what it is, and get the young boys their props and help out. Because personally, you know what I mean, right now the game is oversaturated with a lot of artists that don't have talent. Not to just say it like that, but everybody can't be special. They oversaturated with a lot of different stuff, and then they make it call it entertainment. You know what I mean? Right. That's we from the League of Extraordinary Spitters, people that put this shit together. Like Philadelphia, never lose that. You can't lose that. That's the cloth. See, the problem is, I feel like, and I'm sorry if I'm being if I'm just trying to get everything in. Right? You good. Philadelphia, I guess I gotta say this, man. Like, you know what I mean? We gotta stop getting used to the handouts.
Right. Real shit. That's the truth.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all right to do it yourself, man.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, when you do it, you give away our power. You let somebody else coach a movement that we could be coaching ourselves. Right. And it's happened numerous times. And then you see these people go back and they be like, yo, the contract wasn't right. Why the contract not right? Because people know the users, because Philadelphia, we deal with loyalty. But we said that shit the other day. But other people call it just business. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it is just business, because at the end of the day, the loyalty doesn't lie in the money.
It don't.
You know what I mean? Stop making money love. Right. Money not love.
Money has no kit. It's no manual to money.
Money is whatever your energy produces to go to do whatever. You know what I mean? But people in this world, if y'all looking at what's going on in the world, you would know that if it came down to the 50 richest men in the world, ain't no black ones in there.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? You know, my mom was a political activist that studied under the Panthers, whatever. You know what I mean? And you know, my mom died.
They tend to forget Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was here for a while.
You know, my mom died from breast cancer, so I'm a big advocate of that. Yeah, like actually, like, you know, cancer is a heavy thing. Bro.
It is. You know, my ex had Haskins.
Yeah. So. You know, I walked into the bathroom and caught my mom like trying to cut it out of her chest. Like, you know what I mean? And you know, the whole thing she was saying was, you know, Shelby, you know, I never been in love. Like, I never been loved. And, you know, I think about that when it comes to black women. And it's her last words to me. So my mom's last words to me was, stop bitching, stop crying, be brave. Allah was Akbar. And she was like, son, when you rap about the sun, moon, and stars and all the things that man can't control, and create. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She said they naysayers. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that. You know what I mean? So, you know, rest in peace to my mom, Deborah Cobb, man. You know what I
mean? That's some knowledge for you. That's some wisdom for you.
Yeah, man. I came to the crib, dog. You know what I mean? Found my mom on the floor, man, trying to breathe. You know what I'm saying? And I picked her up, you know what I mean, in a snowstorm and took her to the hospital. You know what I mean? And you know, you look at these hospitals and stuff that's going on, and like they treat us like lab rats.
Lab rats, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, but it is what it is. We soldiers, man. It's a cold world. You gotta walk with shit. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot. You gotta live a fear. You can't fear nothing. Yeah. I tell niggas, if fear hits you, it don't matter what's going on.
You know, not too long ago, a few years ago, you know what I mean? You know, he was my, you know, people will probably say stepson, but he was my son, you know what I mean? couple years ago, he got killed. You know what I mean? And like I think him and the boy killed each other or whatever. Like, and you know, that was a hard pill for me to swallow. You know, because it was like, you know, I lost one of my babies, and you know, like. And with the drama, you know, and the poison of black men and between black females and all that type stuff, you know what I mean? Creating music, you know what I mean? Through all this type friction and time frame, you have to learn how to take music or like pain and turn it to motivation. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear most of my music and the shit that I'm telling you, and it's probably the truth. I mean, as an artist, we all imagine and we all go to vast places because of our creativity.
Right. But you got to home in on that pain, like you said, that pain,
I mean,
and create the literature.
If you're listening to it, I'll be like, I said some shit like I said, I remember that Bandominium. You turned to a house, took the foyer off the entrance, ordered the lights out, then you turned it to a home. Hold up, let me zone. When the city took it from us, you were so upset. Around the time of crack rock fell on the ghetto's doorsteps. Other kids had nice clothes and video games. I was a have-not problem child, riddled with pain. Mommy had to leave me with friends to chase money. She was damn if a baby boy crying and hungry. I didn't want her to leave, but I knew the procedure. So she left me with the parents of my play cousin Keisha. And I love her like a sister. Let me give you a clear picture. I had a few uncles. They were more like dads. Sometimes we'll go up in the room. Mom would come out with the cash. She put her pride to the side for us to survive. But the past is the past. I love her for that. Because love is sacrifice, and that's a natural fact. You feel me? So, you know, that's the type of shit that
we have to, bro. That's the same vibes. I can't tell. I don't know how to tell it. I told someone, what we was talking about, Bubba, and I said, I don't think I ever wrote a happy. I'm not saying they are sad raps, but I never rap. I said, well, the day I write a rap that's happy, I said, bro, we probably won't even be on the planet no more. I gotta see heaven.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you that heartfelt, timeless music, I call it, because it's going to forever sit in your spirit, your soul. That's not music that you could just get up. I'm a jam to it. No, this is the music, like he said, motivate you to get up and say, you know what? I'm going to live for my folks. I'm going to live for the people that ain't here. These people still live through me.
Yeah. And you know.
And they still watching if you believe in that. So if they watching, I'm still getting the opportunity to show them that how great I wanted to show them why they were here.
Yeah. Because you know, as a black man, you know what I mean? Besides cops killing us or anything else that go on, or like what's like troubling in the world, you know, between the reason we got so many problems is because everybody takes their personal, you know, intimacy from what they was going through with the woman, and they pile it on the children without even knowing they doing it, or some do know they doing it but just don't give a fuck.
No, real shit.
You know what I mean? So it shifts the lanes of the children.
It does.
So if you poison a child to always think that they dad is a nut ass nigga and he not doing nothing and he ain't doing nothing, even though he could show the courtroom that he got over $30,000 worth of cash apps, you know what I mean, and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But you saying that constantly that man not doing nothing, and then every time that you get yourself in trouble, it's like, say if the mom go to jail or something, because women go to jail now too. You know what I mean?
That's a key.
So you know, and then when they go to jail, when they DHS ready to take all the children, and you a man to step up and say, listen, I'm gonna take my kids and I'm gonna take the other kid because he been raised by me. You know what I mean? And I know the other young boy got a dad, so I don't overstep my boundaries. But you know, and then I take the kids, and then when they with me, they graduate and they
excel
and they look better. They become better. It's because it's a certain energy that's being bestowed upon them, and like when people and the mother be like with the you know, how should I say it, the scorn feelings?
No, that's scorn.
Well, she should be happy that the nigga that she dealt with is taking care of the children. Instead, she tries to shatter.
You know what I learned in that? I had to cut you off this way. You know what I learned in that? They never had the kids with love through us.
Yeah.
We might have, and you know, and that's the thing, that's the difference between men and women. Like, I mean, we don't do nothing that we don't really feel.
Bro, I got a daughter that just came home from fighting a homicide. She's 20 years old. My other son.
And my son went 3 years ago.
He been locked up. Yeah, you know what I mean? My other son, he just got locked up. This probably like his 6th time. And then they called me for the bail money. But my whole thing is, dog, I'm not gonna keep paying for your bail like you graduate.
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't want to see you get killed out here. And if you don't understand what jail is about, to know to not being there, you ain't gonna know how to not play your part out here. You just rushing for some fucked up shit. You know, at the end of the day, man, you a man now. You know what I mean? Because when I was going through shit, wasn't nobody to sit in that cell with me. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
One, no, you know, and you know, jail gets you sent by haters.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean?
You're sitting around a bunch of that shit. Like that shit is.
You know how many times, dog, I got close to deals and this, that, and third, and got locked up. And you know, it be real life shit, life and shit.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean?
Life be life and like a motherfucker. The deal don't stop you from your day to day. That's what niggas don't understand either. You know what I mean? And back when and back.
I ain't see him because he always was in the mix. Like, what the fuck is he at?
Yeah, I mean, you know, and then you be lifing. Like, all right, when you a rapper, right, and you spend half your life getting paid off music,
right?
Whether you was hustling it, what you was doing, ground level, whatever lane you creating, you know what I mean, to make you some money, right? When that don't work, you gotta shift yourself.
You have to.
Into realizing that, yo, you a man.
Yup, you still grown.
You don't have the convenience of not being a provider.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And not even, and that goes for even yourself.
Yeah.
You have to provide for yourself.
Yeah. So it ain't nothing wrong when you see a rapper and he got a job. Motherfucker be like, oh man, but nigga, I work.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Huh? Who you think funded the machine, baby?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck you talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
That's nigga be like,
you looking at 25 years of independent grind.
Yup. No, that's facts.
You feel me?
That's facts.
Like I'm still here. Young boys in the era of 2000, the Jetson era, know about me.
Yup. Still today. How many decades is that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
and you know it's because I'm them.
Yup.
I was there with the young boy splitting chicken wings with them, and eating rice and gravy and all that. You know what I mean?
And shit.
When they couldn't, when they hung with the and we in the rain, we in the car together like this.
Together, the rain,
and dog
in the windows.
Cut the heat off there. You don't want to burn the battery out.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I'm talking about sharing jackets and shit, huddled up.
And all my young boys will tell you that. If you ever, all the young people like everybody that been around me, they would tell you from the gate like, yo, no, boy always had love for the youngins.
No, but I said when you came in, I said
I done did open mics with Emilio Sparks
your whole fucking life, bro. Like,
man, we ain't shut that bitch down. It was winter time, snow up here. We shoveled that bitch out. Let's go, y'all. The mic's still hot.
You figured they'll be.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Sam there. He was throwing a lot of fucking.
Yo, listen. What I said, Santa walked through a building with 100.
Yo, Sam Cannon was throwing open mics way back.
Skating rings and all that shit. Niggas don't understand.
Oh no, he a child of the culture.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Them awards niggas was getting, and niggas be like, well, damn, how the clips good? Listen.
And that's also my kid's godpop. That's my family. You know what I mean? Man. I gotta shout him out because you know what I mean. Just like everybody seen on the situation with the re-up young and all that shit, that they needed to see that.
They needed,
especially man, Ab Lava is a fucking icon. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Cannon the icon. Shout out to Pusha and them for the new album. That shit fire.
That shit fire. That was needed. And I'm glad he brought his brother back. I was waiting for my that's one of them. Include He wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get your flowers straight on there. That's why
that's why I'm gonna make sure too. I fly you all them clips of the 106 and Parks.
Oh man, you already
all that shit. You know what I mean? Plus, I just dropped about 11 videos.
Right,
motherfuckers.
You dropped a couple albums last year too. On anything niggas
on the com. You know what I mean? Right now, me and my man got a thing called unblockable stream tapes.
This is the crazy part. Now, I want you to school the youngins on this real quick and understand that they be like, well, damn, y'all niggas OGs and how y'all just dropping the yard. Because we had fan bases already.
All right, first, let me tell all right, this what the young boys need to know. If you don't know about the game, because a lot of niggas not going to give y'all the game. They not. They'll never make y'all pay for it. Yep. They so petty. It's crazy, right? But like, it's crazy because we in the city with, for real, To me, nobody ain't really like, y'all got some money, but it doesn't matter if you're not uniting the city and making the city look like it got money.
Right.
It's just singles. It's always dope to see a nigga in the Benz, but it's power when you see 20 niggas in the reef.
Yeah.
20 niggas in reefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a statement.
That's a statement.
But people so scared because they so much in Philly with the mentality of,
I gotta have it.
I gotta push this nigga down to get here. I got this. Like, all right. Like, shout out to Meek Millie. You know what I mean? Shout out to Meek.
Yep.
Cause I done, listen, don't get it fucked up. I done been caught up in the syndrome of niggas that be rappers and be like, man, fuck, man, I don't care about the city will make you say fuck all the rappers.
Yeah. Yep.
But for real, we all special.
We all special, bro. Every last
shout out to Meek Millie. He's definitely been the voice of the children.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Shout out to that movement.
Yep.
Shout out to I miss PNB Rock. I like the rest in peace to PNB Rock. I definitely was like I liked that movement. You know what I'm saying? All the young boys, Leaf Ward, Mass Squabbles, Santos, Quilly, yeah, I mean Sandman, all the rappers. Lil Uzi, I mean, you know, to me, that's entertainment because he to himself say he not really a rapper.
Yeah.
So I go with his lane. If he like, yo, I'm a fucking rock star, I'm like, I'm all for it. If it's a rock song, it's hot. It's hot. Yeah. Certain shit, I don't, you know, I can't, I'm not going to act like I can do it. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, the culture with the youngins might be too advanced for me. You know what I mean? I know how to be good at what I do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But the movement of what I did see that young boys have created is you can now be TV, and they taught us how to put the network in your own hands.
There you go.
So that just say about their genius. You know what I'm saying?
They started making videos. That's why I kind of popped off so crazy.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Soulja Boy for even just doing that shit too and bringing that to their attention too, because again, seeing a child again, even us growing up with the ABCs, the Chris Crossers,
but see, that's the problem though. See, we connected like that. That's why back then always helped the young boys. Nowadays they fear them. Right. I love them to death. If you real, you don't have. I mean, we've been walking this road. Right. You're a vet.
If I can't help you, I ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
But I should be able to because I've been here long enough. Now I ain't saying I can give you the help to make you do it a certain way. No, we ain't giving you that help because I don't hold no hands. I'm gonna give you some, like you said, some game, and you take that frisbee and you go walk off and do what you need to do with that motherfucker.
No, because you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to the youngins, they just want to be heard.
True that.
Same you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to step on everything. They just be trying to create something that they own. Yep. You know what I mean? And it's like
own it. That's what they own.
But you got a lot of kids that don't have nobody to talk to and don't have no old heads to school them. So they just learn how to move off their emotions.
Right.
And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, how can you really fault them if they not really seeing the father figure in the home?
You can. That's why I say I don't even get mad. You can't even get mad no more. It's like they gotta know what they do.
But what I do think is like, you know what I mean? The youngins definitely need to study their predecessors so they can learn the culture a whole lot more and put more time and emphasis in that than going out here killing. Because if you're not following your talent and you're just running around killing, I mean, basically you're a serial.
Exactly, not a rapper.
And why do y'all want to take pride in being that? Like, if you know how to cook, go be a chef.
Exactly.
If you know how to fix cars, go do automotive, like, you know what I mean, mechanics, go, like, and people need to push them. Like, when we was growing up, we was telling the young boys we didn't want them to be like that. We was helping them with their football gear and all that shit. And you know what I mean? We would ride through the hood and open the trunk up and give out terms and all that shit for the young boys so they could be clean. Even the Fiends had nice
Even the Fiends, that's what I'm saying. Like, we understood that the cleaner we were and organized, we wouldn't be fucked with.
Yeah.
And what it happens is niggas running across, it's no rules. I just said it in one of my songs, like niggas ain't even following the code or the rules, but everybody's still using the old terms. Oh, I'm gangsta, I'm this. I said, well, if y'all gonna use that, you're gonna have to go back and understand where it came from.
Right.
You can't just make your own shit up and then attach that shit to the word and then say, and then everybody, and because the people that don't know, they get it confused. I remember one time, a nigga, I was selling some weed or whatever, and one of my son got confused and told a nigga like, yeah, my dad got such and such, so he trapping. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I'm not trapping. Yeah. I said, you don't tell nobody. I was eating no. I said, bro, trapping up would think I got pounds. You had nigga kicking the motherfucker whole door down, nigga. I said, nigga, I got a bag of weed. That's all I had, nigga. I'll sell it to him if he want. It was my personal. Yeah. But he told me, yeah, my dad, he got it. He trapping. Yeah, I mean. Like, no, he told me I had to take it. I had to go to Atlanta. I had to pull clips and shit up on YouTube. Like, look, no, nigga, this is where it originated. This is what it means. He told me, oh shit. I said, yeah, don't ever tell somebody, nigga, your dad trapping.
Right. And listen, it's funny, listen. So, what I was going to say about giving the young boys game, you know, now that y'all got the internet, young boys, you know what I mean? I want y'all to understand, if y'all want the game, you only making a fourth of a penny. That's it. You know what I mean? Off of streams and shit like that. That's it. So young boys, make sure you get your sound exchange and song tracks. All that. You know what I mean? Your publishing and all that. Because if you get these three things, what this does is it helps regulate where you being played at and all that. And it also basically helps you chart. Exactly. You know what I mean? And chart money and doing that type of wave is way more different than just playing the internet game. You got to play the international game.
And you in the system as a full-time artist. Because what people don't understand is when you get your publishing and all that, you're now going into a tax bracket. You getting W-2 forms and shit at the end of the year. You got to understand now this is a job now.
And the internet is vast. Like, shout out to my man, you know what I mean, Jay Cyrus, you know what I mean, over there in Australia, you know what I mean, Mashba, you know what I mean, my guy, you know what I mean. Yeah, man, that's my guy. Yeah, man, yeah. We got some heat coming, you know what I mean?
That's crazy. I got a DJ down there.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? We got
down under, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to my guy Raleigh the Beach, you know what I mean, for creating the track. Yeah, Raleigh, he on fire right now. What? He made the beat, he made the track for me and Freeway John, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Wade, man.
Look out for that. That's gonna be crazy. I just dropped a new video called Big Dog. You know what I mean? I got some videos up. Who am I? The streets gotta love me. You know what I mean? A lot of different videos. You know what I mean? And they nice videos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, this niggas gotta understand. Shellyano is like I said, a legend, man. If y'all don't know about Big Star and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Know about Too Raw for the Streets.
Too Raw for the Streets forever. I mean, shout out to my man Frankie Grippers.
Yo, shout out to Frank. You know what I'm saying?
And Big Star.
And Big Star. Like he got the Too Raw, I think now Sports John. Like I said, you know, everybody in Philadelphia that's still alive. You know what I mean? We know we grew up off this. We grew up off Shells. You don't know who Shells is, and you probably don't know shit about hip hop.
And that's why I definitely like to shout out Glockaware and EA and niggas like that. Shout out to Glockaware. Yeah, I mean, because they definitely been trying to keep Shellyano name alive. Like, I mean, you know, EA had got me on the joint with Stiz and them for the Battle Academy. You know what I mean? Toucan and them, they keep me hosting, they keep me around some celebrities, they keep me, you know what I mean, focused, you know what I mean, even with this joint. So, you know, we all men. So, you know, sometimes we disagree to agree and agree to disagree. That's but, what we supposed you know what I mean, we come to the table and I respect those dudes for doing what they do for me, you know what I mean? I had to learn, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know what I mean, this music bitch can make you a grumpy old man.
It will, because and especially when you so used to doing everything, like I said, on your own. You know, help don't come often for people like us because, like you said, we heartfelt. Yeah. You know, like
Sam told me, he was like, "Yo, you're a grumpy old man." I'm like, "Yo, why you say that?" He like, "Shell, you don't like anybody." But I'm like, "No, it ain't that." But you know, I've been around so long to understand people's skill factor, to know if they reaching, if they not, if they playing. So I'm moving with them. Yeah. But at the same time, when you get a certain age and you do certain things, you got to understand what you're doing. You know what I mean? So I always try to take time out for myself to understand how to humble me. You know what I mean? For a lot of times in a lot of years, people thought I was animalistic, but they didn't understand that I was just raw coming from the streets. And I didn't understand the politics of business. And then when it came down to loyalty, I was one of those loyalty type dudes. No, you know what I mean? So you know, but you know,
I'm real stern on who I
doing good. Yeah, I mean, I was, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to.
Yeah. Let me say something. Let me throw this out there. He said something earlier in the interview where he said, you know, I was the older one out the youngins. And I had to protect these, you know, I still had a big brother mentality of, I still can't let nothing happen to these youngins. They making history at the same time. I really can't have nothing happen to them.
Yeah, we got to the yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to understand. So that's where that, you know, when niggas don't understand what that, if they want to call it aggressive or aggressive.
I know you can definitely call it ignorant, because I was telling them I want to plane in their house like the Pentagon in the middle of New York. I didn't know how to listen. Even on 106 in Park, I didn't lose the battle.
You didn't.
I just said something that they ain't like, and it was like, oh, this TV. What are you saying? But this is what I was taught. I said, I'm a boss. Catch him in church, stab him in his head with a cross, and break the tip off. And they was like, oh no, and I growled like, ah.
And
they was like, oh no.
You know what's so crazy now? And I'm gonna say this. He might have changed the game too. This might be another.
I was too old for TV.
Yeah, but this is another cliffhanger. Right? Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch this crazy shit. Because now when you submit certain shit, like when they say, yo, you can, like when I be trying to do my sync license and shit, them niggas be like, yeah, no religion, no God, no none of that. You can't, they don't want none of it. They send you a whole jar like, you be like, well, damn, I can't talk about God or nothing. I see why now.
Well, listen.
Cheryl said, I stab you in the church with the cross.
I break the tip off. Yeah, break the tip off. I was here. You want more?
I'm saying, see how you said what they said to you? Yeah. What are you saying? Yeah. You scared the shit out of me. Huh?
Oh, when they was coming out, listen. When they was coming out there. Listen, I ain't playing with rap.
Real hip hop, bro.
No, listen, it was crazy, right? The style that they using, and you look at the breakdowns and you do back to history, right? Mm-hmm. The Mia Hollow Man battle, the shit was so long ago, it looked blurry. It's just blurry. But I was a part of the joint where I said, how you gonna compare ice against glass, platinum against brass, cash against trash? I'm the ice, platinum, and cash. You the glass, brass, and trash. Used to be the shit, now your career's falling fast. Now, when I was saying that, and I spit that, think about the date of it. And think about the bars now on how they breaking them down. You feel what I'm saying? We not going, like, I touched on a lot of shit doing this music shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, styles, what I was doing, turning my back to the rapper, all that. This is before you were seeing this. I was doing this early.
Real shit.
You know what I mean?
Real shit.
We almost had fights on this stage, man.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Like when you
and this shit wasn't for light shit. This shit was for like Reebok.
I'm not gonna lie. You gotta understand something, right? When Eddie Morrison, Rain Man, Reed,
oh yeah,
Shell, Slaughter, NH, Kaboom. When them niggas hit the road, bro.
RJ Payne, Rain Man.
That's what I'm saying, when them niggas hit the road, bro.
And we had some legendary niggas with us, like Joe Bread, rest in peace. Yeah. He was saying niggas better check their NASDAQ, don't even know the Dow Jones. He was talking that fly shit on that.
Listen,
niggas was on the road. We was on the road.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas was on the road.
Listen.
Niggas was
listen, I didn't take my eye on. Listen. When niggas was, after when we got there, them niggas came from our Harrisburg out the hills.
What real shit?
They shut down a whole mall for this shit. A part of the mall was shut down, like this us, record store, with all these niggas packed in this joint. These was kids that was with us. So when I seen rippers and them looking like, yeah, you know what I mean? And they looking not uneasy, but they like, damn, we some old grown ass men coming out the hills. I'm looking at the young ones like, young boy, you ready? They like, what's up? Oh, we about to make history. I'm flying all you niggas. I'm ready to know. No, Leonardo status. Tied my shit like motherfucker, like Iranian, and was like, you niggas, let's get it. Who go first? You nigga, let's get to it. I'm from Philly. You niggas can't fuck with us.
No, that shit was crazy. Them niggas was like, look, I ain't never seen a control room.
I said we can roll like Sarah for days. Using bats, norms, and chains, black. or some real shit, like fist fighting on the train tracks. When the beef is on, you running hard in the covers. But I'm the type to hit your crib up a pistol with the grandmother. For all y'all niggas hating my ghost, I'm taking the post. Just give me one reason to leave you not breathing with your face steaming. My pops was a gun, I was a bullet in the semen. Destined to be a weapon since a baby breastfeeding. I've been niggas in situations that they don't want to be in, like dropping and screaming, dodging and weaving. I keep my guns beautiful, like girls keep their cuticles. I got one for every day. On the Sunday, I wear a tech. On a Tuesday, I trunk the K, just in case I see my enemy walking around my way. Because wherever he walk, that's wherever he lay. I'm trying to get that Gotti cash. The only way a nigga going back to jail was in a body bag. Zip. Cause if Po-Po trying to get me to phone better empty. So they run up on my crib like the Klan and trying to lynch me. Lying down, put my tongue and taking 10 of them cowards with me. My heart colder than ice. I'm born to live a soldier life. My hammer leave a bolt of life and a whole life like poltergeist. Pulling that faster than the Cobra strike. Come on, man. These niggas know these bars. This is my old shit. This is my old shit. I was doing this shit to niggas in 2000 and all that shit all coming on up. For 25 years, I've been giving y'all niggas pain.
That's real shit, man. I swear to God, that shit just gave me a chill. Like that shit took me back. I felt like I was in the room right now. Like, hey.
You know, too long for the streets was getting niggas, teaching niggas how to rap.
No, real shit.
You caught all the rappers in their element.
No, real shit. Everybody, you know what I mean?
Everybody was on there was special, bro.
Yo.
And it's a shame that our lives had to take so many turns because we didn't have the know-how to be.
Know how to maneuver with y'all.
What Atlanta knew how to do.
Exactly. But I'm gonna keep it real. It's also in-house too, kind of like, because it's like, if niggas knew how, like, just like I say today, everything digital. Like, we can get our hands on everything now. We can rip shit down. We can screen record it. We can get it at the speed of lightning compared to back then.
You know, all my videos capture the element of the city. And people don't know that Philadelphia is beautiful.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of historical, lot of agriculture, a lot of things that the world don't really get to see because of our reputation.
Not at all.
But the lights are inspiring. The city, the skyline. We got restaurants and skyscrapers down this joint. So niggas don't understand that we're not promoting that part. They just seeing all the drilling and all the killing. It's just a bunch of lost youngers trying to find themselves. You know what I mean? And like, you know, at the end of the day, young boys, you know, everything don't gotta be to the casket, little bro.
Man, we love
you know what I mean? Like, y'all could be stars, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, everybody have disagreements. If you know, you can rumble, man. You know what I mean? Don't be scared of the ass whipper, man, and make you a man.
Where y'all think slapboxing came from? When we might have had to fight one of our homies or our brothers or our cousins or somebody, we ain't really want to fuck each other up to that point where we send a nigga to the hospital.
I mean, the first thing a person do is go grab a hammer, right?
Yeah.
It's life shifting. You know what I mean? And like, to anybody that's grown, if y'all not promoting and telling these young boys that shit, y'all in the fucking way. You know what I mean? So I would not, if I was y'all, I wouldn't consider them your old head if they need you to go kill for money and all that shit. You know what I mean? And fuck up your future, and then they go take the stand on you and be like, man, that nigga did it.
He did it, exactly, and get the purse for that. Like, no, ain't nobody doubling up. Yeah, can you pour me some water real quick, bud? Yeah, I'm saying.
Excuse me, y'all. Dry mouth difficulties from smoking gumbo.
Yeah, that shit most definitely Sahara Desert me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? But this is, you know, that's what I love about Entrepreneur Talk Live, because we have real conversations. And what people don't understand is I love my platform because you get to tell your story truthfully, not the made up shit, not somebody else telling somebody.
Shout out to Noriega, right? So Noriega is watching this joint. Yeah, you know what I mean?
And yo, Rick Ross. So shout out to Ross.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, so Noriega was doing that what. We ended up going to dances. I ended up battling somebody out of the squad. If you remember this, it's crazy because they was hype about me saying what. So before he left, I came down and brought him a bottle of champagne and a Chinese chick, and I told her to go with him, and I let it slide. Now I know this back then I ain't trying to tell her. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? But if you remember that, like, you know what I mean, I'm happy to see that the heights that even took it to now, you know what I mean? Because Boy was a real boy too, you know what I mean?
And that's why I say, like, anybody that was ever real, always got something real to home in on. Even like you even said, like even doing music, when shit's shifting, you got to be able to find your place in it. And if you really love what you do, like even like right now, Shell been in this so long. Even me having a platform, Shell's can have a platform because he know the stories, he know the histories. A lot of different platforms out here. But I'm just saying, like, even if you just went online and went live every day and told a piece of your life, it's a magnificent story at its finest, and it's a heartfelt story. Why? Because we from the cracks and the crevices. We like when people tap in with me and they be like, "Well, damn, wrong." I was in the street like everybody else. How y'all think I know every fucking body? I said I just didn't diggy nobody. I always did my own thing, and I always push my own, like you said, independence. I was always like, I didn't know how to lean on nobody because as a rapper, it was like, how the fuck I'm gonna lean on you? You rapping too, nigga. We gotta go the fuck out here and entertain. Shit, nigga. So it was like I never had in my mind, man, what's in your pocket and where you work at and how you get money and that. Nigga, I came up at a time where it really wasn't about the money. We was doing talent shows. We was, and you know, people would take you to the stoop. Somebody might be on the block that had a studio and they ain't had no artists. Like they were trying to figure out how to use their shit because they invested in that part. But they're like, all right, now I need somebody to rap. I don't rap. I'm like, oh shit.
Shout out to my man Quay from Block Knowledge, man. And shout out, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the people that helped me with this music through this journey. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to my man Supreme Kareem, you know what I mean? That was my guy, you know what I mean? My boy, you know what I'm saying? He paid the money, dropped the bread for the Lear Course Center, you know what I mean? All that. We paid the Migos.
See what I'm saying?
Rico Love. If anybody remember this, because this was in 2015 and all that, 14 and all that, you know what I'm saying? And we had the Lear Course Center. I mean, I was on the come up show, Cosmic Kill. Right. They ain't put up the footage, but, you know, they definitely probably can find me on there spitting on the radio or whatever, you know what I mean? But,
and that's what I mean again when I said, you know, we didn't really have the media, the digital, everything was manual back then. So if you didn't have the camcorder and they're rolling, you couldn't really get it. Now we got phones with cameras on it. We ain't missing a beat no more.
Well, to my face, you know what I'm saying?
We ain't missing a beat no more. You ain't missing nothing in Shells no more.
No, not at all.
No more. And I'm telling niggas, I'm 45. I feel like I'm living my best career right now.
See, you know, my problem was never with rappers. It was always with the bosses.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was having money wars. You know what I'm saying? People was like, how does boy keep coming up with having these? It wasn't record labels. It was my homies just happened to be millionaires.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they love and knowing back me. I mean, I wasn't no too broke nigga myself.
Right.
You know, I was regular.
Like if you had to take that lane, you had that backup. Now that's something I didn't have. But I always had my own strength. I worked. So like you said, I had jobs. I lead a job and running to somebody like, damn, why would the fuck? Like, this is how I run into free. So I run through free because I wound up running into Face Money from Mike City and
Face for the movies, Face good dude.
So me good dude. So I run into Face through one of my homies on the block that wanted to manage me. That was his cousin. So he like, yo, my cousin with Ice City. I'm gonna introduce you to him, Rome. You know what I mean? Like, cause I feel like you hot. Like you got a lot. You. At the time, I just had too many.
My man Jules was Ice City too.
Yeah, I mean, and damn, it was even my man Hydro, You know what I mean? Even for Indy 500, like you might know my nigga Gang. You know what I mean? My nigga what's his name? What's his fucking name?
If it's from that era, I definitely know.
Yeah, them niggas was all. What's his name? Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Disco used to pull me. Yeah, bro, that's how deep I've been in this shit. So I tell you, I've been here so fucking long. I went into my cousin. My cousin through my
remember Philly Street Bars?
All the time. You remember when we made the MP shirts? My nigga.
Yo, I think didn't Cosmic Cat 188.1 back then?
He did. This is how he get over in the joint. Cause I was fucking with. I had a big brother, so he was saying,
what's the name was running the radio, right? With DJ Ram, right?
Yep. Radioactive. Damn. Woo. His dances and because look, I told you I was part of Glitched Out. So my man, he always rap like Mace. What was his name? I can't think of his name, but we used to always call him the Young Mace, right? But his cousin was DJ Casper.
Oh, okay. I know.
So when Cass was DJing, when Biggie died, And I did the I'm Missing You joint over. I did a crazy song on the joint, gave it to my man. He was like, yo, my cousin DJ Casper, he said, yo, you fuck this joint. He said, I'm gonna get this shit to him. He played this shit in dances.
Right.
Lit the bitch up, called me up there. It's the first time I ever came to the club. I'm young, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm still in high school.
Yeah.
And niggas don't understand, like, and this is why Free fuck with me so much, because Face would take me up northeast to his mom crib, and Free and him used to do the barbecues and shit up there. And I used to jump in the ciphers with that.
Well, a lot of people don't know that, man, Freeway was rap partners. So growing up, me and him and my man Prentice K. Vaughn was called a group called Naked Face. And then he ended up, Free ended up going with Rockefeller.
Right.
You know, it was time.
Exactly.
I was still seeing here and there all the time, because we be in Club Flow and all that.
All the real rappers was.
I just was talking to Home Alone.
Damn.
You know, his brother is Hot Runner. Excuse me. And he got he was the cameraman for the whole Delaware Avenue. So he got all this historical footage. Shout out to Home Alone, man.
Yo, shout out.
Start dropping that shit, bro. We want to show people what the fuck this shit was about.
And that's what I mean when I say, like, we in that era now. You could upload that shit to something, you know what I mean? Read like that shit. This shit is crazy. But like I said, and that's how I got, me and Free got close like that. Like Face, I was filming for Face. Face would call me, and it's crazy because when Face got into the filming, I'm like, man, you was doing it for me, and I just was like, wrong rap. How does fucking nigga filming me and editing and this? Process because I had no budget to pay nobody. Right. But I took this shit up in school. I went to Diamonds. I graduated from Diamonds. I played football with Raheem Brock. Shout out to Tech, you know what I'm saying? The Mustangs, you know what I mean? Shout out to Raheem Brock, you know what I mean? My nigga Goose, you know what I'm saying? I was there. You know, everybody stayed up at our school. We damn near mass bomb. Everybody's linking. Fucking, we was playing everybody. Then I had niggas that took me up to the colleges and shit, so I always was in the colleges. Then I went to West Virginia. Running the Free down there, Free like.
I was down West Virginia.
Charleston, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I was down there with my homie Freedom. We had the gold 929 jet.
I heard it. That's what I'm saying.
We was out. West Virginia was good to us. West Virginia was good. Shout out to West Virginia.
West V nigga, the Dub V nigga, like 304, like real shit, like
good money time,
good
boy. Good money time.
Shout out to State. Shout out to Marshall. Like I did all the
most I remember about West Virginia too, I was smoking a Hydro sour diesel, and I was drinking Hypnotic. Hypnotic was that shit, but it was blue for real, like glowing, like in the bottle, like before niggas do. I brought that shit. This is how you know this was a long time ago. We had a Dreamcast in the 929.
That's when the Eddie Bauer trucks and shit was out, nigga. What?
It was a J30, man. It's like a gold J30 rimmed up joint. And we had a Dreamcast in it, me and my man Freedom. Was getting money out West Virginia.
Yup, West Virginia was to get money.
Shout out to say water.
I lived out that bitch for 3 years. Shout out to Huntington, shout out to Cross Lanes. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I went into Free down there performing. So we opened it up. I don't even know Free wanted to come in. He coming for one of his niggas from Charlotte that was there with an artist. So me and my man, shout out to my nigga K Cutter and my nigga Ace. You know what I'm saying? They was from there, so they was running the rap shit. I get with him because I'm in my cousin that I leave from here to go down there with. His shorty was her folks was a radio personality, so I'm in the crib playing music, and she come in the crib one day and was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I'm like, "This me." She like, "You rap?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Listen, my girlfriend worked for the radio station. She got a show tonight. You want to perform?" So I'm like, "Fucking right. I ain't better sit in your fucking crib listening to this shit."
Hey, listen, you feel me? Let me tell you about this story, right? Real shit, right? And we over this type of shit, man.
Right,
you know what I mean? But this some real shit, bro.
Right.
This how far this shit go with this rap shit, right? Me and my man Justin Case, producer, my man Justin. Shout out to Justin. I mean Alcatraz and all those original homies. Bad Lane, Clive.
Yup.
So,
but you know, I'm right there off of Taney Street in between Indiana and Cambridge, 2900.
Yeah.
I went to Whittier Rose and then Dobbins.
Yeah.
So I played Lehigh damn near, but then my folks was from Douglas Street, Strawberry Mansion, and 33rd Street back there, Natrona Street. Like, and then it was just crazy. And I was born in Logan. I was born up in Einstein. Lived on Carmack Street in Lindy, in the apartments and shit. And then moved to 11th Street where the fucking deli's still on the block. The house is fucked up and shit, but right there from Wyoming, right?
Yeah, and people don't know, I'm from West Philly down the bottom. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? And then I lived down 51st and Willows. I had my daughter down Southwest.
Oh yeah, my grandma was from Southwest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my family from Southwest.
Yeah.
But listen, it's a crazy story because this is how far the line go with music, right? And I don't know if niggas made this mistake before, but when you young, that's why when it comes to music, you gotta be chill. You know what I mean? You gotta be chill. Now, me and him, EST, we friends now. You know what I mean? We can talk about this. You know what I'm saying? But like, I remember one time me and him got in an argument at Club Flow, and I didn't really know how to tame my passion. You know what I mean? And at the time, I was getting money for the belt and all that. So I felt like when a person used written and didn't freestyle, and he was saying that it's about freestyle, and I felt like I won because I freestyled.
Right. Yeah, you ain't fucking.
He gave it to the other people because the boy brought more people than me.
So he let money in the outweigh of.
That's how it looked to me at the time.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Now, that shit happened.
Maybe the nigga did fry me. I don't know.
Right.
I felt like I won. I mean, anyway, right?
Supposed to. Fuck that.
So me and him get into a little argument. A few months go by. I'm not really thinking of it. I kind of took it personal because he kind of like one of my idols. Okay. As far as the growing up, him cool
real shit. Yeah.
I grew up from West Philly. And Larry. So it was good to be able to work with Larry.
Yeah. Shout out to Larry too.
And Larry was a big brother to me. He was always good to me through music. He never did me wrong.
Larry never.
And maybe at a show or something, he might have did something. But it was all a part of the hustle.
There you go.
And he paid me back for it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, me and EST had that argument, so a few months later, I go to the building, the same lady that had something to do with Nas getting signed. I'm in the New York building, Columbia was upstairs. I spent at war with the system with her from off the music, John, Beautiful Hood music, me and my man Justin Case had. And she was like, I'm gonna get you a deal. And she went up the stairs.
She loved it.
But she opened up the joint and got on. EST went up with her. I come on the elevator. I got caught in the rain. My motherfucking sneak splash. I'm talking about I'm hiking. Right. When I sit down at the joint, I'm sitting at the label, and I'm soaking wet and shit. You know what I mean? Mommy type shit. Exhibit come out. And he like, yo, you rapping? Yeah. He like, damn kid. He was like, you gonna get it? You gonna like. You won. Like, I mean, just walked off. This is what I mean. I just, and at the time frame, no matter of fact, I think she got on the elevator with EST after the meeting. Okay. And, I didn't get that deal. Right. And, I don't know if he put a monkey wrench in it or like just whatever, but it was like, damn. You know what I mean? I went through it with my idol. Right. And I got a deal that I could have had because he had a lot of power that he was writing the music.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
So that's probably.
And if I got to look at it, I got to look at it like an industry spanking. You know what I mean? It is. You know what I mean? Because
you never know where you be.
I could have delegated that better. You know what I mean? But
it's a learn lesson.
It's a pure fact though. What I'm saying, don't move off emotion. Don't make none of them type mistakes I was making. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I made a lot of good things happen. Right. The music. And I'm glad
that deteriorate. How about that? You know what I mean? Because some people would have been like, damn, would have felt literally like that. What you analyzed going on. And then
I'm Leonidas to the have-nots.
You feel me? Like
I'm Leonidas to the have-nots. You know what I mean? Before when niggas was walking around talking about stick shift, I was lifting it up. Got the gats, I'm picking them up. When they was rapping like that, I wasn't rapping like that. I was saying shit like I'm throwing slugs at the judge and bombs at the DA. Fuck around and ram with the Sam off a highway. Take a bomber to the court and make him do what I say. Go to war with the M16 with 16 shots and kill about 16 cops. Yeah, I was on some shit like that. That was when I was spitting. You know what I mean? So I wasn't, I'm just saying that's because I already seen from my mom being an activist with if they crooked, what type of shit can happen. You know what I mean? I watched my mom jump out the back window from the task force and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My pop had life. I ain't never had no pop, none of that shit. So one of them niggas be like, how you ride a bike? Well, nigga, life taught me what the fuck that shit was. I mean,
that's how I felt. I mean,
shout out to my cousin Cliff that gave a fuck about me like a pop. My brother Tone, a big homie, my folks that really love me because, you know, it's been certain dark moments in my life that I've been through. And it's crazy when you're famous without the money.
I'm telling you about it. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
every time you get some money and look like it, they attach it straight to this shit, and then it'd be like, oh, this nigga, you can put, yo, we on? You be like,
but that's when I realized I got beside myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your ego. You know what I mean? No. You're a human being, bro.
First.
You know what I mean? Rap is a craft.
You
know what I'm saying?
It ain't worth your life.
I had to learn, like, yo, hold the fuck up. You know, for my children, you know, I strip myself down to the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I got some of my kids, I mean, they could try to front on me if they want, but they pivotal points in their life. I was there, dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about my situation.
And if y'all knew how to respect a nigga, you know what I mean?
There you go.
You would get a lot more love from your daddy.
You know what my saying is? I can't really be a father if you can't be what you supposed to be. Because I'm gonna tell you how that go. Like you can't want me to play father.
Children cannot snake your pop.
You can't.
Stop snaking your pop.
Right.
Stop like I know you love your mom.
Right.
But if you see her for what she is or for what she do,
bro, shit.
Stop hating on your pop.
Please.
Because I don't do nothing but set an example of positive energy.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And you ain't gonna make mine negative because it got told to you it was supposed to be negative and you never seen it negative. So I can't allow you to help. I can't allow you to push me to a negative point to make it even view.
Because you know, I know a lot of rappers go through shit about their children.
Real shit. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this dream.
You know what I mean? My condolences to Freeway, condolences to Gilly. You know what I mean? Losing their children. And you know, a lot of times, man, we like...
I lost my godson.
Shout out to Gilly, shout out to Freeway, shout out to Biz, shout out to everybody. Because you know, at the end of the day, man, it ain't no reason for no hatred, man. We got to start telling Sean, love our own, man. You know what I mean? Stop burning them out till they got to die, come back for you to be like, no, I miss him.
Exactly.
I love him. Like, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers that spit music to help you get through your life.
Through your life, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just real shit.
That's the realest shit I heard.
If you niggas be like, yo, you the GOAT. No, I ain't no fucking GOAT. I'm a saber-tooth tiger. I mean, like, I'm still vicious, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Saw me out, nigga. You want to change the world. You know what I mean? You know, yeah.
So look, right, to count down. So look, right, I always ask everybody at the end of the podcast, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, show?
I see myself in the next 5 years being a mole with a gold estate with some Doberman pinchers running around me, and setting up generational wealth for my children, and being a better husband and be a better man for people just in general.
Okay.
And you know, because I mean, I think that everybody got to work on their imperfections.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. At the end of the day, in order for you to be the best person that you need to be, you got to know your flaws. You know what I mean? So you know, when I say be a better husband and shit like that, it's like I take a lot of time off for music. And sometimes you gotta take time off for your family to be able to do music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning how to balance that out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning that being home with the family and watching a good movie can energize me to go make a beautiful song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, just to stay, you know, away from certain things to make sure that I build up things to be able to help other young boys and to be able to get money and know the business without them having to kill each other. You know what I mean? I feel like if you spend half of yourself doing negative, the rest of your life you can do building children and building people up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it. Helping schools, help building communities, societies, and people that can function under diversity, and a musical place, hopefully, that young people could be at and learn the education about music. And maybe they can use that for an airlift out of the ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Well, listen, man, you know the vibes, man. You know you always welcome on the platform.
I appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate the interview, Shells, because I feel like our city need to hear it. You know, it's a lot of stuff that's missing in different pieces that's actually missing in the game, especially here.
There's nothing wrong with the cloth working the devil.
No,
and like, you know, like you the cloth. Like we the cloth. We are the musical devil children that people try to forget about.
Real talk.
And at the end of the day, if you paid attention to us, you will understand we the most important, because we the ones that still care about what y'all doing when other people say hip hop big.
Exactly. And that's the truth, man. Well, listen, everybody on Entrepreneur Talk Live, man, I love my community. I love my folks, man. We appreciate y'all. This is the legendary Shelly. I know, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. What we gonna do, man? I see y'all on the other side, man. Let's get it, man.
Chapo.